Maga furious over George Soros' Medal of Freedom. Well, hell yeah, if this does not open your eyes as to see what's been going on the past 4 years in the current installed government, then I don't know what to tell you. Chief of corruption, the sheriff of shady, the immense evil one, worse than even P. Diddy.
We have some big news right now. Maga is freaking out about President Biden's decision to award Presidential Medal of Freedom to Hillary Clinton and George Soros. So today, President Biden decided to award the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is one of the highest honors a president can give to a civilian, to 18 individuals, including former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and big Democratic donor and philanthropist George Soros. But that's not all. There are a number of other individuals, including Magic Johnson, Lionel Messi, and others, and Robert F. Kennedy, who received the award today. If you recall, Donald Trump actually gave the award to big Republican donor, I believe Miriam Adelson or Sheldon Adelson, one of the two. So it's not uncommon for big donors and big philanthropists to get the award, but MAGA is very upset specifically about Hillary Clinton and George Soros, so much so that even Speaker Mike Johnson is commenting on it. They simply can't handle the fact that these medals of freedom were awarded today. I encourage you to look at their reactions online, and as always, follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
The day that individuals like Hillary Clinton and George Soros received the Medal of Freedoms from Joe Biden, Messi was also supposed to receive one, but he was too busy to go. So he just didn't show up. And also didn't send anybody in his place. So it looks like his Medal of Freedom, the highest honor that a civilian can get in the United States of America, has been canceled.
Yes, indeed. MAGA is furious after this. I reported this video a few hours ago. Along the way, something happened. I don't know if they don't want us to talk about this man or what exactly is going on, but we will continue to show you. Libras are not happy that MAGA is going off on John Soros. We saw what Biden did recently. Awarding this man with this medal sparked controversies on social media like never before. Some says they are just picking up people randomly, like this thing means nothing right now. Some say he should even go on, if Jeffrey Epstein was there, Biden could have given him. That is what I saw on social media. It is important. I show you some clips.
I do remember how Mr. George Soros published his plan in English in a Project Syndicate publication. It was done 2015, September 26. And he published a plan. He said that I'm quoting, here are the 6 components of my comprehensive plan. I just quote 2 or 3 points of that. First is, he said very clearly, 2015, that, quoting again, EU has to accept at least 1 million asylum seekers annually. That was the first point. Second, he said, adequate financing is critical. And he proposed to issue long-term euro bonds for financing the migration crisis and the migrants' social and welfare taking care when they arrive to the European Union. And another point which is very important for Hungary, which is involving the territory of Hungary directly into this program, he said that, quoting them, safe channels must be established for asylum seekers, starting with getting them from Greece and Italy to their destination countries, which means to bring them to Greece, to Hungary, and then have them to go to Austria. So don't forget that what we are speaking about is not an accidental stories, not a bulk of 10 years of accidental stories. It's a plan which is going on. It was written, it was published, it's known. So we are fighting again an organized gang called Empire of George Soros, and NGOs, who are just supporting everybody who is transgressing our legal system and our regulation, and financing illegal activity against our nation. So this is why the story is not just about migration, but it's about how this European Union is working and how George Soros was able to captive the main positions inside many institutions of European Union, buying out MPs and other leaders, and in order to execute the plan which is written, and it's against all the Christian and nation-based political forces. It's against us. It's about how to change Europe and how to eliminate and push aside all the Christian, conservative, national-based political leaders and voters from the European Union decision-making bodies. So this is the migration about, not just about migration. Sorry for.
Yeah, not only Maga is furious, the war is furious. When you take a look at the whole situation, how people are concerned with this man, when you go here, they're talking about him. In fact, look at this man. He actually exposed exactly what he planned that they should do in this country, allowing this illegal immigration. This man encourages that. That is a big problem to people. So George Soros is not only a problem to America, but to many countries. It is crazy. Biden deciding to take up the decision to hand him this medal sparked this controversy. Elon Musk did not hold back. Like, this is a travesty. This is not the first time Elon Musk is putting out videos pertaining to him. I watched an interview with Joe Rogan where he went further to criticize him like he hates humanity. I posted that a few hours ago, and that's just the truth.
Maga's melting down over the Presidential Medal of Freedom Award recipients, and I got a problem with one of them too. And it's not George Soros and it's not Hillary Clinton. He's given an award to Jose Andres, who's a celebrity chef, who's also the one who runs the World Central Kitchen, which is an organization that feeds people in war-torn countries. Particularly, they have been in Gaza, feeding the displaced people that are suffering in Gaza. They are the ones, if you don't remember, that lost 7 members of their organization when Israel blew up their van, not once, but twice. Their clearly marked, approved to travel van that they were traveling in. He's going to give him an award. How about stop funding a genocide? How about we do that instead of putting a little medal around it? Maybe if we didn't do that, maybe if we stopped sending our tax dollars to unalive Palestinian kids, we wouldn't need them to be over there feeding them, because it's pretty bad over there. It's worse than it's ever been over there, and I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. And if you weren't aware of my stance on this whole thing, now you are. So.
This is how absolutely horrible this administration is. That Medal of Honor is nothing but a big, fat, giant middle finger to the American people. It's absolutely disgusting.
Washington, D.C., President Biden had Trump, Moses Mike Johnson, and Maga screaming today with his decision to give 19 congressional medals of freedom to.
Yes, when you take a look at this tweet, Joe Biden has just awarded George Soros the Presidential Medal of Freedom. George Soros is one of the most evil men in the world who has caused countless innocent Americans to suffer and perish due to Soros installing woke pro-crime DAs across the country. He hit American fundamentally. This award practically just lost all meaning. When you look at these and the reactions I'm seeing on social media, particularly to the whole situation, extremely concerning. Like you saw at the beginning, about some few months ago, Elon Musk sat down with Joe Rogan where they talked about this same man. Elon Musk made it clear that he hates humanity. I believe you heard him say that.
Often hears of the sort of George Soros boogeyman, but I mean, Soros actually, you know, he is, I believe, the top contributor to the Democratic Party. The second one was Sam Bankman-Fried.
Yeah.
So, and Soros, I don't know. I mean, he had a very difficult upbringing, in my opinion, he fundamentally hates humanity.
When I see people who are standing up, appreciating what Biden did, it's crazy at a certain point.
This shows me is the weakness of Donald Trump. Elon Musk is running the White House without even being in the White House.
Yes, but
Okay, but nevertheless, but Elon Musk is calling the shots, domestically and internationally, going after some of our U.S. allies. Just recently,
who's the current president and who's in charge?
But it
Can you answer?
matter. The point is that Donald Trump is showing that he's weak. When you have somebody like Elon Musk making the decisions, I worked in 2 White Houses. No one gets ahead of the president.
A few moments later,
I have to say, and I'm sure he's rejoicing, this was a muscle flexing of a minority of the party, of the Republican Party.
Of the Republican Party. He wanted Johnson. Johnson's going to get it on the first ballot after a little bit of conversation on the House floor. That is unequivocally a good.
The other day, I could not do a video on this topic. You know, the chaos erupted in the House when Democrats stood. They wanted to see chaos. Republicans should do it like they've been, but along the way, they never saw that coming.
Race into a complete mess. Well, there's some real history of that going on here. So both of these are definitely in play.
I usually say this on all my videos. If you see clips behind this, it is just for algorithm. Please, you can skip. You must not watch that.
And he sold himself out for $1.
2024 election fried our brains.
It's less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
Attorney or something.
I've never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million?
I want you to know what would change after doing this.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that
if I look at the big picture, it doesn't look good. So I'm going to work on this.
No matter what's going on out there in the world, of course, the worst things could happen.
So we fell short.